Hello and welcome to Daily Records, and today's album is the only American Beatles album that later became accepted as just sort of a catalog issue. Now I'll talk about that a little bit. This is Magical Mystery Tour, released in late 1967, in November 67 in the United States. Our friends in the UK had to wait a couple of more weeks before they could get it. Now initially this was the soundtrack to the color film that came out for that Christmas season in England, Magical Mystery Tour. Now the film itself is a little bit of a mixed bag, and people have mixed feelings about it and how they feel about it, but largely sort of considered the first failure by the Beatles. It was the first thing they did after the death of their manager, Brian Epstein. But released as a soundtrack, and musically speaking, it's a really great album. This is the follow-up to Sgt. Pepper. Now, initially it was a double EP in the UK, and of course it was released as an album in the United States. It didn't actually come out as a full album in the UK until the mid-70s. And like I said, despite the mixed sort of reaction to the film, there's no denying the brilliance, the quality of the songs on the album. Now, the first side of the album consists of the actual sort of soundtrack to the film, the title track, Magical Mystery Tour, Fool on the Hill, Blue Jay Way, Your Mother Should Know, I Am the Walrus, all featured in the film. And on the second side, which is, like I said, where the American Capitol Records sort of took liberties like they did with a lot of Beatles releases, they added some stray singles, most notably Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane, Hello Goodbye, and All You Need Is Love. It also has Baby You're a Rich Man on it. But you know, as a collection of songs, it's really a solid collection. Now the album, I'm going to open it up here. It's a nice gatefold, and it features a beautiful full-color book. And my particular pressing of this is a Apple release, and I also have, and you've seen it in some of my other videos, the mono reissue that came out a couple of years ago. But like I said, it was an album initially that was just an EP release for the UK fans, that has sort of been replaced by this full-length album version that was that Capitol Records did. And so you know, to me it's probably more of a concept album than Sgt. Pepper is, in the sense that you go on a magical mystery tour, sort of accompany the film. Blue Jay Way, The Fool on the Hill, and even places like Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane, to me, can also be featured on this Magical Mystery Tour. You're going places with the Beatles as your guide. It definitely is in line with the sound of Sgt. Pepper. You can hear its influence in bands like ELO, and Jeff Lynne obviously spent a lot of time listening to the music here. Now, the Beatles never really went back to the sound. This is a great companion to the Sgt. Pepper album. Sort of like Revolver's a great complement to Rubber Soul. They really go together. Of course, the next full album from the band would be the White Album, which to me is drastically different, yet again, from the sound of these releases. But if you know Sgt. Pepper and you're a big fan, then I think you'll definitely enjoy what you hear on this album as well. But today I went with the Beatles Magical Mystery Tour as today's daily record. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. I love hearing from you guys and interacting with all of you. Check out my regular channel, Tommy Burton's VC channel. But in the meantime, I'll see you all again tomorrow with another daily record.